Hey, what I learned today, number 4. So in the next few videos, I want to discuss an idea that I like to think of as the explosion diagram of art. You may or may not be familiar with an explosion diagram. So any piece of complex machinery will often have an engineering schematic that will show each of the individual little parts and pieces of this complex machinery suspended in a particular perspective, so you can see every piece that goes into making this the machinery and how they all fit together. And this is the same kind of thing, but for art. And I want to discuss each one of these individually and how we can practice each one with specific techniques that will help us improve each one of these individually, so we can separate the whole complex act of drawing. And you think about any drawing, robots, dragons, all of the stuff that you like to draw can all be broken down into these things. And we all want to draw the robots and dragons, and by all means, definitely don't ever stop doing that. But maybe each day we could take some time to focus on one aspect in particular. That way we're zeroing in on the most efficient, specific type of practice that we can. And we don't have to worry about juggling all of these at once in order to draw the cool robot. We can practice each one individually and then stack them all together. And as they stack on top of each other, they become one single strong unit. And I would encourage you to not be tempted to think that this is beginner stuff. It is beginner stuff, but don't think that it's just beginner stuff. The advanced professional can benefit from practicing these things as well. So in the next video, I'll go into line. Lines will be just that, practicing lines. And that might seem silly. You might think, how can you practice drawing lines? Or why should I practice drawing lines? But this is all about hand confidence. And at the very base of it, the most fundamental element of this structure is line. And you want to have strong, confident line, because that builds strong, confident shapes. And that teaches us to build convincing and realistic forms. And then we're able to extrude those forms into three-dimensional space, which is perspective. And then we will practice value, which is how light affects three-dimensional objects in space. So stick with me. These are going to be fun.